Hello everyone and welcome to the Ethereal Tarot channel. My name is Alexa and in today's reading we'll be looking into what needs to be revealed that is hidden from you. So we have 3 groups to choose from. The timestamps are in the description box for whenever you're ready to choose. If you enjoy the reading, please remember to leave it a like. Leave some comments below letting me know how it resonates. And please subscribe. But let's look into each group. Starting with group 1, we have this card here, Sun. For group 2, we have Shaman. All of the cards are from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle card deck. And group 3, for you, we have the Water Guardian. So take your time with choosing. If you need more time to look at each option, you can pause the video or go back and look at the selection. But just want to let you guys know there is a lot of information in these readings here. Maybe a little bit of a trigger warning. Just let you know because there are some pretty complex topics talked about, or just some pretty deep topics talked about. So yeah, just a little heads up, but I will be seeing you in your readings very soon. Hello group 1 and welcome to your reading on what needs to be revealed. So I wanted to start this reading off by looking into the tarot on the general energy of what this reading will be about, what mainly needs to be looked at, and then we're going to get more detailed as we progress forward. So let's start here, why don't we? For group 1, what is hidden that needs to be revealed for group 1? Of course the moon comes out. How much more ambiguous can we get? The moon is all about mystery. It's all about the unseen, the subconscious, fears, illusions. And with this moon card coming out, I feel there's a bit of a doubt, a bit of fear about your sense of truth or direction, especially with the Lovers here on the bottom. I do feel what's hidden is a lack of trust within yourself for being able to choose what's right for you. I feel a bit of reliance on other people to decide, or feeling like you don't have enough information, or feeling as if other people may know more than you about something. Yeah, with the moon here being what needs to be revealed, I do see it's more so about your fears that need to be revealed. And with that being said, since this energy is so ambiguous, so unclear, I want to go ahead and get the oracle cards to look into. We have Stand Your Ground, Courage, Action, and Forgiveness. I wasn't expecting to have 2 tarot cards. That's okay. Group 2, yeah, the song that was in my mind when I was pulling your cards is I Didn't Know My Own Strength. It's by Whitney Houston. I will be linking it. But I do feel what's hidden is your own ability to really take charge within your own life, to really take proactive actions towards a direction that you want your life to go in. I do feel like it's up to you, and there's a need for courage, a need for action, a need for a plan. I do feel like it's time to broaden your horizons and to really look outside of what you've been comfortable with. And this may even be dealing with a relationship that you have gotten really comfortable in. And I want to say to be sure that you're not stagnating your own growth or preventing things from ending out of comfort. And I feel like I should explain what I mean. I feel that for you, Group 3, it's very easy to get stuck in a routine, stuck in a comfort zone, and for you to get comfortable with where you're at in life. And maybe it takes extreme changes or extreme circumstances to really get you out of some type of stagnancy that you've been in, some type of dynamic that you've been in that isn't really working anymore, but it's comfortable. And I feel that there could be something brewing within your life. There could be some changes that are on the horizon, some unforeseen circumstances that may disrupt whatever dynamic or situation you have going on to get you out of this complacent way of living. It feels like you're being urged to call upon some new strength, some willpower, and really trust in your ability to push ahead and to thrive through difficult circumstances. And I don't feel like you're being challenged without a good reason. I do feel that these times ahead of you, or whatever is coming up for you, will really ask you to face your fears and really ask you to develop a really strong backbone and an ability to rely on your own judgment, to rely on your own ability to make just and rational decisions, and to not be too swayed by your emotions. I do feel that it's a time of trusting your instincts and to really feel what is the right move for you instead of relying on external circumstances to tell you what's right. It's a time of really healing and forgiving yourself for past things that you've done, maybe being overly critical or doubting your ability to just doubting yourself. Any doubt, I do feel it's time to close out that chapter, because what's hidden is your potential to become the authority in your life and to really choose the path that you want to go down instead of allowing life to choose for you. It's time for you to take the reins, Group 1, I do feel, because there's some, whether it be anger or some repressed passion, I do feel there's some level of repression going on here, and it's time to allow that to bubble to the surface so that you can see what you need to do. Yeah, something's gonna happen to where things shake up, but it's helping you to ground within yourself and getting rid of everything that's not necessary anymore in your life or that's dragging you down. Yeah, for some of you, I get that there's this feeling of being stuck, a lack of motion, but I feel this is just really trying to push you to take control of your own life and your own decisions, and what can you do each day to change your reality? What can you change about your daily routines or habits? What changes do you know that you need to make and that you need to have courage to take action on to really change your... I feel like I'm repeating myself. I am repeating myself. It just feels that's the main message, and I'm getting lost in this energy, I'll be honest, Group 1, so I do apologize. I do apologize. But it just feels that there's a lot of confusion and something has to change for you to break out of this cycle. And I do want to go ahead and look into the tarot. There we go, the 7 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I just feel like there's a lot of I want to say maybe projection or a lot of daydreaming or wishes and fantasies about what you want a lot of dreaming, but where's the action? Where's the plan? This is not to be too harsh. I'm picking up on the energy. I do feel like there's a need for a plan, a strategy. Decisions have to be made to get you to where you're trying to be. A foundation has to be laid, and I do feel that the idea can be there, but action is necessary. And you have to be willing to move out of some type of stagnancy, group one. That just feels like the main message, but let's see what else we can get here. What needs to be revealed? What needs to be revealed for group one, please? Group one. Yeah, I just kept hearing move on, it's over. Move on, it's over. Come back to self. Are you taking care of yourself? What are you neglecting about yourself? Are you fulfilled by yourself? It just comes back to you. Are you giving enough to yourself, or are you overly investing into something else? You can only contribute when you have enough for yourself. I don't know what this energy is about. It feels like it's related to some type of relationship, but it doesn't have to be. This can just be you needing to come out of this energy of overthinking things or over planning and never taking action. I think it's time to end out this cycle of staying where things need motion. I'm just getting this. It's time to move, and I feel that there's some type of change that's going to force this to happen, especially with the Death card coming out. Something is going to end in order for a new beginning to begin, because I don't feel that this current circumstance that you're in is progressing in a way that is helpful. I just feel that it's comfortable and you're playing it safe. You're doing what feels most comfortable instead of what's best for you, and it's time to really get out of your comfort zone and move towards what is best for you. So what's hidden is this transformation that's going to be happening, and I do feel like it's going to really ask you what you truly value, and if you have been valuing yourself as much as is necessary for you to live the life that you want. Yeah, something's out of balance here with justice reversed on the bottom, and I think that's what's being highlighted is you're carrying burdens that aren't yours. You're carrying opinions, expectations, responsibilities that aren't yours, and maybe you've taken them on thinking that this is your job or thinking that this is what you have to do, but it's really knocking you off kilter. I do feel like it's keeping you from really being able to focus on your own path because you're so busy trying to contribute to some other dynamic. I don't know what this is, group one, but it just seems as if you're really needing to free yourself from something, and I think you would know, for sure you would know, but it just feels like some type of emotional suppression, not really listening to your instincts, even your dreams. I feel like you've had some type of illuminating moment, whether it be a dream or a conversation that you've had or an intuitive hit about something. It just seems like your emotions are very loud, and it's really asking you to really take charge, do what you know you need to do, and let go. All of this let go. We have the Death card in the Four of Pentacles reverse. Not trying to hold on too tightly for a fear of loss or fear that you won't be able to find something better or to have more. It's really asking you to face your fears in this time, especially if this is dealing with a relationship. Yeah, believe in your ability to build your own foundation without the help of someone else. Not to say that you have to do it all alone, but I do get this feeling like you need to really ground in your sense of self before you try to cohabitate with someone else or form some type of relationship so that it doesn't become overly dependent or even codependent. I just feel there's this need to not get too attached too soon, because there is this tendency to fall into a repetitive cycle that leads to stagnancy. And with the King of Wands, I do feel like it's a time of really focusing on your direction, your path ahead, and making sure that your attention is going towards that which will lead to long-term success, whether that be your career, especially with the King of Wands, some type of strategy or passion that you want to see grow and evolve. This is very self-determined energy, self-reliant energy, and I feel like what's hidden is your ability to be self-reliant and self-sufficient. I feel that there is some fear that you won't be able to sustain yourself on your own, or that you need to be in some type of relationship to really feel safe. But I do feel that's only leading you to a complacent position in life. So anything else for group 1? Yeah, that song, I'm saying you didn't. Yeah, it's something about you not seeing your capabilities. Yeah, not trusting that you're able to build a legacy, or fearing that you won't have things to leave behind, or some form of wealth even, or generational wealth, or even a long-term partner for some of you. I feel like there's some fears wrapped up in your actions that keep you clinging on to things that need to be let go of so that you can have what it is that you deeply desire. I'm getting this feeling of impatience as well, feeling like if I don't have it now, then it won't ever come, or I need to have everything that I want right now. It's like, slow down. Slow down, group 1. I feel it's definitely a time of reflection and healing, and needing to take a step back to really think about where you're headed. Think about what you're doing. Is your everyday life looking like the life that you expected it to, or are things out of balance? Do you feel like you're not having enough energy for certain things, or your resources are being spread out too thin? Are you bored with your situation? Are you not fulfilled in the situation? It's time to really be honest about your current circumstances and to awaken to the truth of the situation. Like, look at things at face value and not project some type of romanticized reality onto it. It's time to see it for how it is and take the steps that are necessary to help you move forward without baggage from the past. Okay, really listen to your emotions, group 1. I feel like all the answers are there. They're all within you. This is just a reading to really let you know, like, it's time to wake up. Okay, it's time to come out of this autopilot type of energy is what I feel. It's like you're just allowing life to happen and you're not really taking action towards what you want. And it's time to break out of that cycle. It's time to really shake things up and make it happen, Captain. Okay, so that's what I really see for you, group 1. Let me know how it resonated in the comments. I love you so much. I send you so much love. May you be well, may you be peaceful, and may you be blessed and healthy, group 1. I'm sending you a lot of strength and courage, and if you want to listen to that song, I will be sure to link it. Okay, so again, leave it a like if you enjoyed, subscribe, and comment below, and thank you. Bye. Hello, group 2, and welcome to your reading on what needs to be revealed to you at this time. So I wanted to start off with these tarot cards from the Tarot of Mystical Moments to get just a card on what this reading will primarily be about in regard to what needs to be revealed. Then we're going to get more specific as we go along. So let's begin. Why don't we? Group 2. So please, what needs to be revealed to Group 2 at this time, please? Be revealed for Group 2. Well, that's interesting. Group 2. Interesting. I do feel complexity. Group 2. Here in this reading there will be. I feel a multitude of things with this card. I feel that primarily what's hidden is your capacity to be happy and how you may limit that. How you may gatekeep happiness from yourself, I want to say, or give yourself a limit on how much life can provide for you. It feels like a bit of indoctrination that may be blocking you here with the Hierophant and the Eight of Swords. And I do feel now's the time of you really getting a clear understanding of what true fulfillment means to you. What does that look like? And how have you been either preventing it or perpetuating this cycle of resisting the changes necessary to move you towards this level of satisfaction in your life? There's a lot here. The Ten of Cups makes me think of for some of you, I do feel there's like this limitation. I don't know if it's from some type of family dynamic that you have experienced, but it just feels that there's this new, I want to say you're not seeing it completely, but there's this new opportunity for you to let go of what hasn't been working out, or what idea of fulfillment or satisfaction or happiness looks like. Let it go. Let whatever constraint you have put on yourself go, to really allow yourself to make plans toward what this ideal version of your life looks like, without restriction, without self-doubt or limitation. That feels like a theme in this reading. Yeah. What dreams do you want to come true? Maybe for some of you, you've buried your true urge, I want to say, or it's like you want something really badly, but you don't want to admit to yourself how bad you want it. Or maybe you're so caught up with the practicalities of life, or thinking, how is that possible? How will I ever get that in my life? But this is a thought pattern that may be limiting you. So I'm really feeling there's this level of indoctrination, or this level of projected fear, or even internal fears that may be keeping you from really claiming what is yours. So let's take a deeper look at this. There was a lot of cards for you, Group 2, and I don't even know if I really wanted to take all of them, but I conceded. Okay, I said whatever. So let's take a look at them. We have Mirror Garden, take time to reflect. I'll leave that there. You know, these cards, I'm gonna have to rearrange them a bit. Opportunity. Wise one, grow within your current situation. Community. Hermit, retreat and recharge. Autumn, release the old and rest, and taking risk. So I will say, group, two, I am seeing some Saturnian energy here, especially with the crow. It's making me think that Saturn is paying you a visit right now. And I want to say this is an opportunity to really self-reflect. And I want to say what may be hidden is the words, goodness. I'm missing the words. No. Oh my gosh. I want to say the true value in this situation that you may be experiencing, because I do feel like there's some challenge in your current circumstance, or there's this discomfort, or maybe some uneasiness. I want to say, like you're being pushed to do things that you feel that you may be unprepared to do. You're really being asked to trust in the unknown. I do feel like there's no true predictability here. There's just a sense of trust that you need to have at this time. But I do feel like what's hidden is the amount of growth that can be had within this time of, I want to say, maybe it feels a bit dark. Well, you can interpret that the way you would like to, but I'm thinking of dark as in literally like you're in a closed room, there's no lights, and you're kind of having to sort through your fears and anxieties about things, and really getting a clear understanding of what it is that you truly want. Seeing this as an opportunity to connect more deeply with your sense of self and your intuition. I feel like this is a time of revealing how in tune you are with yourself, and getting you back in alignment with yourself in general, because there could have been things that have distracted you or led you astray in some way. And I am seeing with this mirror guardian, the hermit, the wise one, is really pulling you back to yourself, and asking you to uncover this truth within you about what you really want, so that you can come out of this period of time with more motivation to take action and to move forward and to do what others may have doubted. Okay, group 2. There's like this feeling of overcoming some type of limitation you've put on your life, or overcoming some type of like breaking through a glass ceiling. I do feel breaking through this hierarchy. I don't know what this is, but it just feels like you're needing to really call upon some strength here, and let go of what hasn't felt right to you. I'm feeling a bit unclear in group 2. I will be honest, it feels like you're sorting through a forest. Okay, and I'm feeling the need to say, don't get lost in the forest. Okay, don't get lost in all that's happening. I do feel now's the time of finding that center focus and really paying attention to that, and reflecting on how you may allow certain thought patterns to arise that keep you from really connecting with what you know is true for you. And I am seeing that you need to really take some time to maybe get out of your head a bit, and connect with those people who bring you a sense of warmth, because it does feel a bit chilly. I will say, group 2, it feels a bit cold here. Maybe you feel a bit isolated, and I want to say what's hidden is the support that is there for you as well, through this time of growth and healing. There is wisdom to be found within this time, group 2, but I do want to just go ahead and get the tarot, because I will say I am a bit perplexed by you, group 2, because I feel like you have all the information you need, and maybe there's this wanting to know more than you really need to know, but the answers are already there within, is what I feel. Especially with the Ten of Cups here, I just feel that you're seeking something that's already there. So that's interesting. Can we get more about what this is for group 2? What is hidden? We have the Four of Wands. Yeah, there's some type of message to really connect with those who matter to you. And for some of you, there could be some relationship that has, I don't know, some type of hidden relationship coming through here. I don't know what this is about. Group 2. I'm struggling a bit because it feels like you're being urged to connect with other people or come to this sense of belonging or harmony, and maybe there's this deep longing for harmony, this deep longing for connection, and maybe you deny yourself of that out of trying to protect yourself from being hurt in some way. I do feel like there's perhaps a tendency to be alone or to prefer that method of action, especially with the Saturnian energy here. I was saying Saturn is definitely signifying some type of isolation, and I feel that there's a longing for connection, especially since I'm feeling a bit lost, and I do feel that it's time to get grounded. Group 2. I do feel like it's there's something with your energy. It feels a bit enclosed, or like the walls are caving in a little. I don't know how to describe this energy. This feels like you need to really open up and connect. We have the Six of Wands reversed. I do get this feeling of maybe you don't want to be perceived as weak, or the word ineffectual came up, but I'm really feeling like there's this sense of pride about a sense of pride coming through, and maybe broken pride or feeling a bit defeated. I want to get all the cards before I speak. And see, that's what I'm saying. There's something that's not clear with the Seven of Swords and the Hermit reversed. I do feel like you may spend more time alone than necessary, or than is recommended, and your mind may take you down a road that is less favorable. And I do feel like you have to be mindful of what thoughts you are having, Group 2, and see this as an opportunity to look at the difference between intuition and, I want to say, thoughts that aren't true, because the mind is quite tricky in that way. We need to be aware of when we are falling into a thought pattern that is only keeping us trapped, or keeping us feeling like we don't have the freedom that we really want, or that we're not safe. Yeah, there's something there. Yeah, group, what, see, that's what I'm saying. It feels a bit heavy, Group 2. Like there's a lot of rumination going on. Maybe some sadness about the loss of a specific relationship, or a loss of family, or a loss of friendship of some kind. I do think it's time to be truthful about the pain that you may be experiencing right now, and not allow yourself to suffer in silence, and to be open to healing, especially with the star here. And yeah, with this everything is fine here, it's not to pretend that everything is fine and keep yourself in this perpetual cycle. That's what it feels like. I just feel like it's time to be open to those who love you, or being open to more support in whatever way that may be presenting itself to you. Because it does feel like there is some type of connection that's coming through, and there's some type of defensive energy that keeps you from being able to connect with other people. But that's needing to really break down those walls and come back to a sense of balance and rationality about what you need as a human, and not try to carry all of that stress alone, or carry all of that burden alone, and to allow connection in with the Ten of Cups, because you know that's what you deep down want. You want connection, you want fulfillment. So don't allow your mind to keep you from being able to form those connections with other people because you're worried about some type of embarrassment or something that may happen. I'm not sure what this is. There's some complex emotions coming through here. But yeah, it's time to release some type of grief or sadness that has been prolonged, or some type of rumination. Okay, group 2. Yeah, with the Queen of Cups, there could be some, like I was saying, rumination over negative emotions, or extremely moody, allowing your emotions to drive your decisions or your thoughts or your actions, and to be mindful of when that is happening, or seeing when that's keeping you from being able to truly connect with other people because your emotions are keeping you isolated. I want to say it is time to move away from that. One more card. Yeah, the Ace of Cups is to allow love in. Let others love you. Group 2. I do feel like there's opportunities for that to happen, especially with that being hidden. I just think that you've been to yourself for a really long time, and it's time to let that go. Open yourself up, take risk. Okay, I want to speak about the Devil on the bottom of the deck as well, because that's some real energy. But yeah, I feel like this is taking risk by opening yourself up to relationships. Group 2. Because it does seem like you're comfortable with being alone, maybe too comfortable. And it might be some type of subconscious belief about yourself that's keeping you from being able to truly be open and connect with other people and finding that sense of belonging. But I did want to speak on the bottom of the deck energy. Excuse me. I do see this as a time and an opportunity to really break through some type of negative thought pattern about yourself or about other people, and really to be conscious of the behaviors and actions that you take part in, and seeing if they're healthy. Okay, now it's not a time of denial or denying what is true. I'm seeing that there's a need for clear assessment of your current situation, and seeing if it's really working out, or if you're in some type of denial. Group 2. I'm sorry if this is coming off too harsh, but I have to be honest and read these cards the way I see it. And I do feel like it's time to really move out of this energy of pushing people away and learning to connect with people in a more harmonious and balanced way, so that you're not overly defensive or allowing boundaries to keep you from truly connecting in a way that is most optimal for you and others. So yeah, group 2, there's just this feeling of you needing to be honest about how much you do want relationships in your life, and not trying to be super lone wolf, or trying to be super alone, okay? We're humans, we need connection. So release these emotions that keep you in this this isolation. Okay, I'm struggling finding words, group 2. I'm sorry about that. I really am in your group. I just feel like this energy is really heavy for me, and it's also Mercury retrograde, so that's not helping. But group 2, open yourself up to love, release these negative emotions and thought patterns, and free yourself from any mentality that keeps you hidden from the relationships that will nurture you. So group 2, that's what I have for you. Let me know how it resonated. Thank you so much as always for being here with me. Let me know, please, in the comments down below. Let me know. I'm very curious to know how it resonated for you. Leave it a like if you enjoyed and subscribe. I wish you peace. I wish you love. I wish you healing, group 2. And I love you so much. And I'll see you in another reading. Until then, bye. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading on what is hidden that needs to be revealed at this time. So we're going to start off with a tarot card from the Tarot of Mystical Moments, just to get an idea of where this reading is headed, and then we're going to get more detailed as we go. So let's begin. For group 3, please, what needs to be revealed that is hidden? What needs to be revealed? I immediately feel that it's time for a change, group 3, and there's some things going on within you that are changing, and eventually it's going to start bearing fruit in the real world. I do think that people will be noticing these changes. Excuse me. And I feel it's right on time, group 3. There's a lot of inner processing happening for you. It feels bigger than you, quite honestly. But just as the seasons change, I do feel that you are going where the wind is blowing, group 3. That's what I feel. It's like you know that it's time to move on from what you know, or it's time to see more or feel more. I just feel an expansive energy here with you, group 3. And there is a feeling of maybe being limited by certain things, whether they be connections that you are still attached to, or some type of career, or maybe you're wanting to move to a new place. I just feel that you are getting to a point of maybe feeling a bit enclosed, or that things are becoming a bit too stagnant or still, and there's something within you that's shaking up, that's going to really be the initiator of this unfolding of events for change. But it starts with you, and it's starting right now. I do feel, group 3. Yeah, the time's a ticking. I do feel this is happening whether you want it to or not. I just feel that it's time to break out of any confinements or anything that's been feeling limiting. Yeah, no more limits. It's with the 7 of Pentacles, I feel like you've gotten all that you can from wherever you're at or wherever you've been dealing with. It just feels like there's not much more to learn. There's not much more to see. There's not much more growth that can be had. I just feel like it's going to continue to become a cycle, or you're going to be trapped in a cycle if you don't take steps to remove yourself from some type of situation. There's a lot of circular energy as well, especially with the Hanged Man on the bottom of the deck. It feels that you're really needing to take some time to understand what areas of your life you're wanting to change, and allowing that process to happen without you staying stuck, is what I feel. So yeah, I do feel what's hidden is this inner change that's going to start showing outwardly. But let's get a bit more specific. Why don't we, group 3? We have stand still, fulfillment, elder, move beyond ancestral patterns, and knight, be brave and honest. Be brave and honest. Okay, so yeah, group 3, I do feel this is connected to some type of hidden ancestral pattern of being stuck in something. And I want to say this could be rooted in not speaking on things, or not it's like burying a hatchet, or not really pointing out what's wrong, but rather pretending as if nothing is going on, or pretending as if you're not feeling whatever you're feeling. It seems like something needs to come to fruition, something needs to be shown, some vulnerability needs to be had, and some conversations need to be had, especially if this is dealing with some type of pattern or habit that you have inherited from your family lineage. Maybe this is staying in situations that aren't comfortable, or that you know you need to move away from, feeling as if you're limited, feeling like you don't have enough, a feeling of lacking support or resources. I feel this is deeply rooted in some type of pattern. I just feel patterns for you, group 3, and for some reason it feels like you're the one who has to be courageous and honest enough to recognize that things need to change, and you may have to be the trailblazer in that way of breaking out of patterns of staying stagnant or staying stuck, of not healing any wounds that have been passed through the generations. It feels like there needs to be some type of big release, primarily emotionally, and primarily some type of inner change, a change of mindset, a change of perspective, perception, and really looking beneath the surface, really taking a long look at how you interact with people, how you interact with your family, how you interact with your responsibilities, and what's your idea around these things. What is the basis of these relationships? What's your foundation? What are your values? And are they true to you, or are they just regurgitated from previous predecessors? You know, I do feel with all of this, I'm getting these lines on this card. It just feels like there's something that's rooted in all of this. There's a connection to the past that needs to be severed. I do feel it's time to move away from any type of generational pain or trauma that's been trapping the family. And we will get more detailed, okay? We still have to get the tarot, but this feels very ancestral, and it's affecting you on personal levels, group 3. And you have to see where some things you may have unconsciously inherited. Maybe you don't like how certain family members or certain people in your life aren't making the moves that you know they need to make. But look at yourself and see how you're doing the same thing. See how you are limiting your ability to really bring your goals or your dreams into fruition. How are you not taking the necessary steps to do so? How are you limiting yourself, group 3? I do feel like that's what's needing to be revealed, is how you have put restrictions on the amount of growth that can be had, and some type of doubt about getting there. Yeah, this is really asking you to get clear on your direction ahead and get clear on what's really going on beneath the surface, and not trying to pretend as if everything is okay, because that may be an ancestral pattern, is to pretend that everything is okay. So let's get some more, why don't we? I also want to say this is a primary time for you to decide where you're headed. That song, Didn't You Know by Erykah Badu, it's coming to my mind. Okay. It's your choice. You get to decide how your life goes. The Chariot, okay? You get to decide. Don't be limited by what has been a repetitive cycle. Maybe your family stays in a stationary place, or they live in a specific place, and you need to move away from that place. You need to explore and expand. Group 3, I just feel that you are going to be a monumental figure in your family lineage if you allow yourself to be. If you allow yourself to break down certain barriers that keep you trapped, or keep your family trapped. So let's see what else. Divine, please. What needs to be revealed for group 3? Let's see. I don't know if this wants to come out upright reversed. Yeah, I'm hearing reverse. There's a lot here. There's a lot here. So many cards all at once. So many things need to be done all at once. Group 3. I'm really picking up on some type of communication style that needs to be reworked, reanalyzed. It feels a bit unproductive, a bit critical, overly critical. It feels very defensive, very stubborn, very emotional as well, but masked as being logical or analytical. I do feel like there's some type of issue here with authority and not being able to speak up when you were younger, or there's like, I'm getting the idea, because this I'm familiar with this, is like stay in a child's place is what I feel, and it's kind of built up this wall of, I want to say, resentment for certain authority figures. So maybe you encounter certain conflicts with your coworkers or your boss, or you have a hard time connecting with people because you're in this guarded energy already because of some past issues dealing with some type of authority figure, or a parent, or someone who you deemed as superior at that time. I just feel that there's some repressed emotion as well as some repression of your truth, and I do feel with the 9 of Wands, take some time to really rest and recover from these situations. Really take some time to analyze how your past has affected your ability to communicate effectively, and where you may I want to say retaliate, or where you may bring up some form of rebellion as a way to make up for what you couldn't do in the past. I just feel that your subconscious is remembering the times where you weren't able to speak your truth, and now it's a bit more difficult to do so. And I am seeing with the 6 of Pentacles, it's time to bring a bit more balance to how you show up for people and how you show up in the world, because I do feel like this is hidden, as this is standstill. Like, this is something that's been happening throughout the centuries. especially with the move beyond ancestral patterns. You're not the only one who has experienced this. I do feel if you've experienced that type of dynamic with an authority figure, so have your ancestors. This has been an ongoing thing of not being able to speak up, maybe being emotionally, or some type of abusive relationship is coming through, where your needs weren't being heard and you were continually being hurt by the situation, but it feels like you were maybe stuck in this, or feeling as if you're stuck, or it's like you were under their control, I want to say, or it felt like you didn't really have much control in the situation. And perhaps these same people are needing your help, or are looking to you for help. It's interesting. I'm gonna have to get more here, but there is some type of resentment I'm feeling with the Five of Swords. There is some type of communication that is still, it's still not harmonious. It's still unclear. It's still not really that great, I do feel, and it's time to get down to the root of what's causing these conflicts, or what's not being spoken up about, that keeps people held back from really getting to a common ground, or really speaking up about the hurt that they've experienced without playing a blame game, or without having resentment, or some form of discontent. Yeah, there's something about some rooted past issues that need to be uncovered and healed, not only for you, but throughout your lineage group. 3, and when I'm filming this, the Scorpio lunar eclipse is coming up on May 5th. It's May 1st today, and Scorpio can be thought about as the inheritance of family things, whether that be resources, whether that be trauma, or whether that be unprocessed emotions. It's inheriting something, and I do feel that there's been some inheritance of trauma, or some inheritance of communication styles that aren't good, and that's what's being revealed. Like, you're being able to look at things more objectively and seeing where this comes from. And trying to be the one who does offer more of a healthy expression of themselves. And I do feel that's where that bravery needs to come from, because it may not be met with open arms. There may be resistance to your efforts, but with the Nine of Wands, I do see that patience and perseverance are necessary for you to see true changes to happen. Change is a gradual process. Things won't happen overnight, but your efforts will be rewarded if you try to take steps to reach out for help, or be the one to actively help in this growth process. So let's get a bit more to see. Why don't we group 3? Interesting. Yeah, we have the Ace of Cups here with the Queen of Cups reversed. How do these want to be lined up? Okay, I see. I see. All right. Now group 3, after all I've said, I do want to say that it is also not your job to overextend your compassion to those who may be saying hurtful things, or who may not have the best communication, or who may be incredibly stubborn, or very stern, very my way or the highway, very disrespectful as well, just to be quite honest. This feels very disrespectful, maybe some immaturity as well in the communication. And I do feel for some of you, you could be dealing with someone who is older, or who is supposed to be more mature, but it's like they perceive themselves as super mature and super put together, but really deep down they are dealing with immaturity in their emotions or immaturity in their way to truly communicate. However, that's just to validate your feelings about someone, group 3. I do feel that with the Queen of Cups, you have a tendency of trying to be there for people, trying to extend compassion and understanding, and trying to weigh both sides. I'm getting some Libran energy as well, just Venusian, quite honestly, with the Six of Pentacles as well. And you do like harmony, you do like things to be nice and easy breezy, flowy, harmonious, and you are prone to extend forgiveness, I do feel. And not to say you shouldn't do that, but I do feel I need to say protect your heart and to not give when you don't have much to give, and to not extend compassion when it's unnecessary to do so. I don't know how I feel about that statement. I think compassion is always necessary, but to not overly try to be there for someone who continually hurts you, and then you're left feeling defeated and closed off. You know, I'm getting this vacillation between incredibly open and then completely closed off, and there needs to be some type of middle ground, some type of balance of having boundaries that are safe for you and respectful as well, but also being open to relationships. Seems to be a theme this week here, but it's definitely necessary for you to get more honest and open about what's really going on, and seeking the assistance that you need in order to get to the root of the pain that has been prolonged. And get these emotions moving, okay, with the Four of Pentacles, not holding on so tightly to the pain of the past or these, I just feel like in this card, it's like holding on to ancestral patterns that aren't good for you anymore. And that's what's keeping you stagnant. That's what's keeping you in this place of a lack of movement, a lack of progress. And it's really time to move on, see new things. Yeah. In group 3, I am feeling like it's really urging you to travel or look for job opportunities that are away. I think it's really asking you to move away or move on. Move on emotionally, move on physically, make some changes in your lifestyle habits, maybe eating more healthy food. Maybe it's also a pattern of unhealthy eating in your family lineage. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna pause the recording really quickly. Group 3, I'm sorry. My apologies, group 3. Was not expecting that. However, we're back, and yeah, I'm just seeing that there needs to be some balance, some review, some release, and some honesty about what's been going on over these years. As well as maybe some, with this Six of Wands reversed, I do feel it may be a tendency to not value confidence or not value speaking highly of yourself. It just feels very humble. Maybe there's this emphasis on humility of I don't know what this is, but I do feel that something's needing to change. A true level of confidence needs to be built, because I do feel when that pattern gets instilled in you, it's hard to have a solid foundation of worthiness or have a solid foundation of feeling good enough about yourself or feeling true confidence. And it may be supplemented by arrogance or by comparing yourself to other people, or by never seeing your true value. And that needs to be broken down as well, group 3. So it definitely feels like a lot of healing going on, especially with the Ace of Cups. You're being very assisted in this time, lots of support if you reach out and look for it. Divine support is always there, of course, but definitely some things have been touched on, and I hope that this reading has been helpful to you, group 3. It's time to get a move on. It's time to shake things up, time to do things differently for your family, not only for your family, not only for your lineage, not only for the generations that follow you, but also for yourself, to live a more fulfilled and peaceful life, because that's what you deserve, group 3. So I send you love. I wish you the best, and I hope that you are healthy. I hope that you are well, and I wish you many blessings. Thank you again, group 3. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like. Let me know in the comments how it resonated, and subscribe. Thanks so much. Thank you so much, group 3. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. So thank you again. Sending you the best, and talk to you later.